last month has been a long trek for our would-be adventurers. But at last, they can see the city of Rise on the horizon. They've made another camp, maybe about a day's march from the city gates. They have all the supplies and what's left of the army with them. However, in the trees, shadows begin to move. 1, 2, 10, maybe more. In fact, hang on a minute. The forest is full. A Fiondas sitting upon a bear-shaped Fiondas looks down at a rank of Fiondas that have formed and nods. But this isn't where we start our tale today. Before we get going, everyone, we're going to go around and say hello to everyone. But first of all, please check out our social links. There's our Discord, our Twitter, and our YouTube, where you can go and check out all of the things. Discord, you can be a part of the community. Twitter, send me a DM, I'll get you into a game. And YouTube, where you can go and catch up with the rest of the season. Also check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press, who make third-party content for 5e, including the Dark Matter expansion, which you can see on Thursdays when Alice runs Argo 37. And they're going to be releasing a hardbound back sometime very soon. Also check out the Deck of Many, who made the Deck of Many Things, of course, and other 5e reference cards. I want you to go and check out their Humblewood book, which is going to be released in November. It's available for pre-order now. Go and check out the link. Oh, and the tweet. Go and retweet the tweet. Let everyone know what we're up to. Why don't we go around and say hello to everyone? But before we do, let's say a big thank you for these donations. Durza Black donates so that the first one in the pot is free. And oh my god, what's happened over here in the donations? Oh my days. Okay, so Pumpkin donates auto successes for everyone, including me. And Bowman donates, hold on to your hats, Kayla 1 advantage and 1 auto success, Kelly 2 advantages, Renee 1 advantage, Kelly 2 advantages and 1 auto success, and Paige 3 advantages. So I tell you what, it's going to take me a hot minute to update the overlay. So Kayla, why don't you introduce everyone for me? How's that?
Okay. Okay. Hi. I'll start first, and we'll do the usual going around the circle, I guess. Hi, that Kayla person. I'm here. I made it. What is happening? Yeah. I got nothing to push except for Twitter. You can find me on Twitter. And yeah, we'll go to the next person, which is Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly, or Akaline on Twitter, and I'm here Mondays. Well, Monday today for our finale. And I do stuff on DM's Guild, including Uncaged, Friends, Foes, and Other Fine Folks. Title thought of by moi. Also, but most importantly, possibly for this particular stream, is my collaboration with Mackenzie, where we made Canarl's Candy Compendium, which I finally said it right. Which is a whole bunch of cool candies that are gonna be perfect for your Halloween game or your holiday game. You should go check it out on DM's Guild. We're getting close to that medal, so support us that way. I also write articles for Scrat's Patreon. One just got posted. You should go check out that too. Leave me some comments about your thoughts and what other things you would like to see from me. What are discussions you would like to have from me on the Patreon. Use those comment features. I do check them. I think that's it. I think that's me. And I think Cash is next.
Hi, yeah, I'm next. Hi. I'm Cashel. I love you. And I'm played by Renee, who is actually like this podcaster, streamer, writer person. not here right now, but I think she does pretty cool stuff over on Twitter, mostly at RadianR. And also you can find her at her website, radian.com. She does like podcasts like Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is family-friendly D&D, and also Edenfall, which is inspired by a Scratticus Academy stream and is in pre-production currently. So also lots of just like makeup and selfies and sushi and, you know, just weird posts like that over on Twitter. So, Kay, love you, bye.
Hi, it's me next, right?
Yes, it is you.
Okay, hi. I'm back. Get to Lindy on Twitter. I'm fine. How are you? Well, today's, last time being here, so I can't say that, but, you can find me tomorrow on this channel running the finale for Apotheosis, and you can also find me as a DM over at One-on-One, a D&D duet campaign, which you can find more about on Twitter at One-on-One-D&D. Like Kelly said, we work together on Kanarl's Candy Compendium, which is amazing, and Kelly is a queen of editing, and oh my god, I'm so blessed to be able to work with her. It was so good. Check that out. I also got my first editing credit on Wrong Turn Dragon Heist, which will be coming out soon-ish. If it's not out already, I haven't checked up on DM's Guild. Yeah, I'm so nervous for tonight. My brain is everywhere. Paige, hi. Take this from me, please.
Okay. I shall take it and run with it. Hi, I'm Paige. I'm known as D&D and Paige Online. And I write and plan events and do other things like that and manage projects. You can find me here. Okay, never mind. It's Monday. I'm already here. You can see. You can find me on Tuesdays on Onyx Path playing Aberrant very late. And then next week, I'm taking part in With Advantage, a charity stream the 4th to the 8th on Forgebreaker for Alzheimer's, which I'm really excited for. But I'm also super excited for tonight and probably gonna cry. So I hope you're ready. Someone send me digital tissues.
Tonight I wear black for all the players suffering around the world. I know I told you, fellow players, that we weren't going to do many whispers. I know I said that before we go live. But me and Kaiden need to have a talk. It needs to be private.
You said not many, not none.
Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Hey, Kaiden.
Hi.
It's the morning after you leave the camp. You know what's on your mind.
Alright, where do you want to start?
So, just gonna let him go, were you? Gonna push him off?
So what if I was?
Saved your life.
I know. He shouldn't have. I don't know why he did. He should have let me drop.
Do you believe that?
What does he have to gain from me being alive?
So, you think this is a leverage thing?
If it is, I'm not letting it get to me. I can't let it get to me. I don't know why he has to. I don't know why.
No, be out of the way, right?
He can't. If he knows what he knows, I can't have him. He should have let me drop.
And what was all that with Cashel? Interesting.
No. I don't know. I wanted to help him.
You wanted to help them?
I know. I know.
Do we even start with Alienor?
Just... What's the point of all this, alright?
You're going soft, Kaiden. You think you can do the things that need to be done with all of these feelings? Think you'll survive out here?
I don't know, and that's fucking terrifying, alright? Alright? I like them. I care about them. That's not good.
Care about them and yet you couldn't save them.
I care about all of them. They're...
Really? Even Reese?
Shut up.
Ah.
Shut up.
You need to choose one way or the other.
I don't want to care about him. I can't care about him, so I don't.
Lies.
There is nothing. That is not a lie. I cannot care about him. I cannot care about any of them.
So that's your choice then.
Surviving when you care about people isn't something you can do. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'm good at surviving. I am good at doing what needs to be done to keep living another day.
Okay, so but with Reese that's easy, right? You can't care about them, they need to go so we can get rid of them. What about Cashel and Eris? They're just fleeting interest, right? So we can write those off. What about Alienor?
What about her?
No
What
one.
about her?
Such a delightful person.
Shut up.
Doesn't seem to have a bad bone in her body.
Shut up.
They always seem to be cheerful. There's nothing really to be cheerful about.
Shut the fuck up! She's the closest thing I've ever met to a good person, alright? Alright? You do not get to mess that up for her.
I think you can put that on me, Kaiden. Only one person who can mess that up for her.
Shut up. I'm not letting myself mess that up for her. I like her, alright? Fine. I like her. I like her a goddamn lot.
So can you write her off too then? Survive, right?
If her and her will keep her safe, then I'll do it. The only thing she really needs protecting from is me, though. And we all know that. I like her. Not like I think she's pretty. Not like I just want to kiss her. And I like her. I want her to be safe. I don't want her involved in any of this. I want her to go back to the village and dance and be happy and not have to deal with war. And Tionda said any of this. She doesn't have to deal with any of this. She is a good fucking person. She doesn't deserve me.
Popping the safety and warning things in there for chat. Oh, and welcome raiders! Thank you very much, Arasavad. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Just popping the safety and warning things in there for chat because we're about to get into it. You know the really fucked up thing, Kaiden?
What?
Sitting here worrying about whether you care for Reese, Eris, Ashel, confessing that you love Alienor to yourself. A whole mine full of people just got attacked. There were probably hundreds of deaths, and you don't give a fuck.
If I had time to think about every person who's died on my watch, I wouldn't have time to do anything else.
Hey, whatever makes you sleep at night.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, you know how much blood is on my hands. I cannot stop to think about that, otherwise I wouldn't be standing. I am dripping with blood of people I have killed in order to get here. If I stopped and regretted a single drop of that, I wouldn't be able to stand here. Don't make me regret that. I don't have time to regret that. We do what it takes to survive. That's what we do. And I've made it this far, and I am not stopping now.
Hey.
Would you just go away?
Yeah, Kaiden, despite the voice in your head telling you that what helps you go to sleep at night, sleep seems to elude you. Kaiden becomes more and more tired as this journey continues. I imagine bedtimes go a lot like that conversation does. Round and round.
Hello, Spiral of Self-Loathing, my old friend.
You okay? I'm gonna get everyone back now, is that okay?
Yep.
I mean, Rene's not even back yet, so... The dance of the headphones is the thing I'm gonna miss the most.
feel like, hey, do.
Yes, nothing bad happened then. Kaiden is fine. Everyone's fine.
Some dirty lies. Some
I
dirty
expected
lies.
nothing less.
Everything is fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know
I'm
what?
just gonna
Casual doesn't have to hear this one. There's just a little bit of foreboding. Casual can fill it in. So we're a couple of nights away from Rice. And as the camp is making camp, we're going to pan away from the miners and our party and go to just over the ridge where we go over the ridge and onto the snow plains, which we've just been walking across, these mountainous terrain. And across the plains are columns of Fiondas marching. Some with large animals in the lead. Some with Fiondas mounting large Fiondas animals. Some of them have picked up weapons. You can see one of these columns holds arrows. Bows and arrows. Another carries spears. There's a lot of humanoid Fiondas. A lot of human. But hey, we're gonna go back to the second night after the explosion. We're gonna go back then to, why don't we go?
You know it's
Hey.
bad when he's actually checking notes.
I think, on the night after the second night after the explosion, I think Alienor and Eris might resolve. I'm gonna invite you to, if you would like this to be private, you can request that. But I'm saying that Kaiden and Reese can listen in if they want to.
I don't have a preference.
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Iris doesn't have anything to say to Alienor that would be particularly that she would be like trying to hide necessarily from everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm like pulling my wig apart. I'm so okay.
I know, I keep fidgeting with my dress. I'm like, okay.
Quick question for Scrat. Did Eris see anything this morning during her usual check?
The sky was overcast. The clouds were moving west to east. You heard a crow call, but you didn't see it.
Okay. So they're just all at camp that night, and
you're traveling with the mining facility, but they've separated away from you guys. There's very much a feeling that y'all turned up and then the mine exploded.
In their defense, it kind of did.
we kind of have our own little fire, and nobody seems to want to talk to us.
Alienor is gonna kind of turn towards Eris and be like, Eris, do you mind if I talk to you for a wee bit? I have some questions about the whole business.
The hundreds of crows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want to know?
I mean, I guess I really think you really didn't believe anything I said with the whole Kamok talking to me and me going and talking to them. But now that you've seen it, what do you really think is going to happen?
What do you mean, seen it?
My side of magic? Less so your side? I guess. I don't really think you have a lot of crows in flux.
I mean, I don't know what I saw. I know that things are weird, but I don't understand any of it, and it doesn't make any sense to me, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to think.
I guess so. I don't really know much about your side of magic, to be honest. I guess I don't really know where it all connects, but I think it does somewhere. And you're probably the only person who really seen both sides of it at this point.
Well, I wouldn't really consider Magiance magic necessarily. I mean, it's dealing with life forces and things beyond traditional science, but you can touch it and you can see it and you can fuck with it.
Right, well then I guess it's a really
can't touch or see. Yeah. I think just like with what you do, people make assumptions, and so here we are. But I can't touch or see, or I don't know. I mean, I guess I got bit by a crow, but that's just like by a bird, you know? I don't...
I guess you really can't see it if you're really not looking for it. I see it everywhere. It's really not a place. I don't really see my stuff, but no, yeah, I guess I get what you're saying.
I mean, I'm not... I believe that you see things that we don't see, and I believe that so far your intuition about whatever it is you're seeing seems to be leading us in the right direction, so I'm not gonna like argue with you. But it's hard to say how there's nothing for me to understand.
Hi. Maybe one day I'll be able to give you something a little bit more concrete. Unfortunately, there's not much today, but I really think... I always thought our two sides were really kind of split, but I'm really starting to think that's really not too split.
I mean, at minimum, it seems like my thoughts and your thoughts are heading us in the same direction. They don't seem to be conflicting necessarily.
Hey, I guess you're right. But I do promise one day I'll show you something.
And I'm happy to tell you what I've seen and stuff, and if it means something to you, then cool.
I guess so.
I mean, something made me get followed by hundreds of crows. I don't think that's normal.
It's really not. Unless you had a lot of birdseed.
Can't say that I do.
Alright. I cancel that out. And you saw something, didn't you? You saw the thing that filmed us?
Well, the day of the first attack, not the explosion, but the attack, I saw what I guess was a Fionda standing on the peak. It seemed authoritative in nature, and that's why I went to go investigate, and that's where I found what I thought was one of your circles, but I guess it's just like a burial site that I told you about before we left. The crows seemed to be following me while I was heading up there. But, like you said, maybe I just smell like food.
Alright, maybe you just smell like food. I don't really think so, but I'll ponder it. Maybe I can tell you sometime if I really... When we get to the city, I'll look it up. Or find a Demorthan who might know a little bit more.
You don't know of anything that could make a person control crows. Like, you can't, like, talk to bears or, you know...
Scrat. Do I know of... This is into some deeper Demorthan stuff than Paige knows. Do I know of any of the sigils that would have any type of control over 100 birds?
Demorphin mysteries? No, wait, Demorphin histories. I need an exceptional roll. You have a lot of advantages and that success and automatic successes, so you can drive your checks like you stole them today.
Okay. Very true. Do you mean Demorthan knowledge or traditions? Because I don't have history.
Knowledge out of the two.
Okay. I'm going to roll with some advantage, which is a fancy word for advantage.
Demorthan.
Oh, 20 and 21.
Yeah, you haven't heard of any sort of this sort of thing. You know that the Fiondas seem to take the shape of animals, but that's not really got anything to do with the Demorphin. Maybe maybe some kind of old magic.
All right. I would definitely relay that to Eris. Be like, no, not really. It's kind of strange. I don't know if you have kind of something about you, maybe.
Scrat, do I believe her?
I would like you to make me a roll.
A relation? That's
Possibly. Usually it's something like a relation, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. That's all I got that's like interpeople-y.
Sure, I think relation will work.
I'm gonna roll with advantage since I roll them like I stole them. Neither of those are very good.
Eris, this conversation hasn't helped you. You wanted to find out if they were maybe behind things, right?
Yeah.
You are none the wiser. They could be telling the truth. They could.
Well, you know, if you think of anything or if you hear of anything about that and those abilities, I'd appreciate if you shared with the class. I think it could be useful information given that there were, hundreds of crows following me the other day. That seemed kind of dangerous.
Hi, one did ya?
Yeah, I mean, that may have kind of been my fault, but, it was a very rude bird.
Right,
and I imagine if a lot of them bit me, though, that would really be a problem.
Hi, then you give me the bird food.
Yeah. Kind of come back full circle there.
And Eleanor, understanding, like, all right, we can find no connection inside her brain. She's like, all right, do you want some whiskey? And, like, pulls out her whiskey. Like, this is how she makes friends.
No, thank you, but I will sit by you while we eat.
All right. and like just like two hands, a flask, like an awkward cup of coffee at the water cooler, you know? And it's like, all right, okay. Yeah, nice weather, but it's not nice weather. Damn it, Eleanor. Like, it's just floundering.
I mean, what about home? How are you doing being away from home?
What?
It's not like a thing that you do, really, right?
No, not really. It's my first time away from home, other than the one training I had to do, but really it's not so bad. Minus the log.
And the log was really
attack.
rough.
Yeah, and then there's a whole thing where I poked something and it poked back.
And, you know, our dead friend is kind of not a good thing
yeah,
either.
that too. Hi, that too.
But you holding up okay? She, like, pats her on the shoulder awkwardly.
Yeah. There's a lot of bacon. So, yeah, I'm
It's
holding up for it.
positive.
Yeah, there's a lot. I like bacon. Yeah. How about
Yep.
yourself?
You know, I wasn't part of the big explosion thing, so you know, overall, I'm in one piece. That's more than I've been able to say sometimes. I'd rather be on the road, I guess, than standing still. It's something.
I didn't really like that last place, to be honest. I thought my first time to the big city would be really exciting, but it's really quite not.
Well, that wasn't really. We're heading to the big city now, and I imagine
do you mean
that'll be much more overwhelming.
That wasn't a big city?
The word podunk comes to mind.
So you're saying we're going to an even bigger city?
Yeah.
Hi, shit. All right.
Mhm.
And drink smoke.
Yeah. Place with a lot of people and a lot of rules.
All right. I've probably not too much talking there. I really don't know any of the rules, and I kind of overtalk a little bit and offer people whiskey, and I don't know if that's really all right.
I can help with some of that. We kind of did your thing. I guess now we're going to do my thing.
All right.
Just, don't keep offering the whiskey to just us. Other people may take you offering whiskey as a invitation of sorts.
Invitation to what?
Spend time together. I just would avoid it. Maybe just keep offering it to Kaiden. He seems to be like okay with it or whatever.
All right, well, that's not really a good way to make friends if no one wants to drink whiskey with you. All right.
I think he'd be more worried about the wrong type of people trying to drink whiskey with you.
Oh, okay.
Not everybody is friendly.
All right, well, we should have a symbol if someone's kind of weird. I should probably be forewarned. I don't think I'm really good at knowing that. Like a sign?
Like a safe word or something.
Hi, maybe like a caca. You see
I
me
think that
talking
might.
to someone weird?
How about if I see you talking with somebody weird, I will just come over and tell you that I need to pee and you need to come with me.
I don't know. It seems like a really, really good way to do it.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
And that night, Eris and Eleanor have awkward communications, but perhaps grow a little closer. 3 days away from Rise, as the small contingent, I suppose, slightly military contingent of miners, including you all, is marching towards Rise. This time we pan up. In the air above you all, there is a single crow flying. But beyond that, as we move into the sunlight, there's something above the crow flying so that the sun blocks it from your vision. You zoom in. You see a large, monstrous Fiondas with leathery wings, watching you all from above. Four days after the explosion. Reese, you know you've got something that needs to get checked out, right?
Yeah. I'd probably been looking for an opportunity where two particular people, Eris and Cashel, are kind of talking together away.
Sure. We'll say there's an opportunity this night. We won't go into the Eris and Cashel stuff. Oh boy, that's for another night. Let's we'll say that maybe you're comparing notes or something. That seems like something that Eris and Cashel would do. Maybe there's something that Eris jotted down that Cashel can't read or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would spend hours letting Cashel walk me through every single page of their notebook. So, and just like listening enraptured.
Yes, we'll share.
Is it okay if I talk to you two for a moment?
Yeah.
Kayla, I do have to ask, do you want it to just be
Yeah, do you want us to take our
cash,
headphones
or
off?
do we?
I mean, everybody was there, so I don't see a reason for it being necessarily private.
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want it to be private, then like we'll happily take our headphones off. I just wanted to make sure that was an option.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep Scrat an honest person for once and reduce the whispers. So, I've kind of been hiding this mostly from the army themselves. Specifically, Patrick. But, there's, something that I want the two of you to look at. You might know how to deal with this better than I. And he, like, takes his arm out from underneath his cloak and kind of lifts it up to show the dark band across his arm.
Oh, good. I was really scared about where this was going.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, can you look at it?
Yeah, sure.
Has Eleanor checked it out? I mean, she's like the doctor or whatever. I mean, cleric, healer, support staff.
I mean, she is, but this is also kind of caused by something you're a lot more familiar with than she is. So I thought maybe you two were more... I mean...
Oh no, I want to look at it. I absolutely want to look at it. Let me look at it.
You, well, he kind of holds his arm out, kind of extended, like, just look.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to wait until our actual GM gets back to make rules on this. But I think Cashel, like, just turns to a new page in the notebook, like, maybe even, like, dog ears the one that they and Eris were on, and then just, like, flips to a new page and starts kind of, like, writing it down. I'm also imagining that it looks a little bit like Cashel's face now does. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, with the black, like, the blackness of it all.
Yeah.
This is
Can
where
somebody...
your stuff touched?
Yeah, can somebody fill me in on what, like, happened and how this happened? Do you have an idea of how this happened?
Good question.
So, essentially, I was trying to get us all out of the mine and carrying Cashel, and there was something with a boomstick and blackness, and it touched me and left this giant mark on my arm.
The Fiondas touched you?
No, the flux.
The flux did, and
Black
it's
flux.
not going away. It's been 4 days now, and it's still.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Right?
You say cool, I say terrifying, because it's not going away.
Think of it this way. The more that this bullshit happens to us and we get to learn about it, the more prepared we'll be to help other people when it happens to them.
Scrat, can I make a roll?
Of course. What were you rolling for?
Agents of some kind to try and interpret this mark on Reese's arm. You know what would be super helpful if I was gonna make rolls? Roll 20.
That is a very helpful thing.
Oh my god, I'm already logged in. Thank you, Roll 20, for remembering me for once.
Bravo.
Whoa.
But yeah, I mean, Reese wouldn't. Like I said, the more that this crap happens to us, the more chance we have to learn to keep it from happening to anybody else.
Yeah,
I would
still,
like to use an advantage.
Still doesn't quite make me feel comfortable, you know?
Oh, no, I know. I wasn't expecting it to make you feel better. It's just like a fact, right? Which is, I'm just explaining why, like, I think it's kind of cool and why you may be paranoid. There's just, like, a difference in goals, right? Anyway. What do you think, Cashel?
Cashel, this thing isn't spreading. It seems dormant enough. I don't know why I'm whispering. We're not in a whisper right now.
I don't either. Everyone can hear me.
It's just habit.
It is, like, it's such a habit now. It seems dormant. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Reese doesn't seem to be giving off any kind of weird energy. Looks like you need to do a bunch of experimentation to figure out what's going on here.
It's probably harmless. You're fine, probably, but you should let me experiment on it a little bit to see for sure.
I don't like how you said probably like 3 times.
That's what the experiments are for.
Are you just what are you holding? What are you holding when you do that? Whoa, I need to know.
A scalpel?
I think I'm just holding Reese's arm. Like, I'm like turning it and like, oh yeah, okay.
My brain went exactly where Kelly's did. I thought scalpel too.
I wasn't expecting to like maybe my charcoal right in the other hand because I was just writing, but no. Not right now.
What kind of experiments are we talking about exactly?
Well, observation's always a great place to start. I may see if I can collect like a skin sample and observe it in isolation.
We should draw a line on your arm that's like a little bit further away from the black line, and then we can see if the black line grows.
Excellent idea,
It's gonna
Eris.
grow?
Thank you. No, I don't think it will. I mean, it hasn't so far, but it's just a measurement, a precautionary measure to see if, you know, because then if it starts getting bigger, then we know we might have to do something more dramatic. But it's hard to know if it's like growing like a little teeny tiny bit. You know, it's like when you're out in the sun for a long time and like if you haven't seen someone in a while, you notice they're tanner, but like if you see them every day, you don't notice.
Yeah, like that.
I would rather not lose an arm, though.
That's why we're going to draw the little line and make sure that that doesn't have to happen, you know?
I never said you'd lose an arm. I promise I will not take your arm away unless it is absolutely necessary.
I didn't not say that.
I want to trust you. I really do.
Just let me,
It's my face. It's my face, isn't it? You can just trust this face.
Think of it this way, who else do you have to trust, really?
That is a very fair point. Just can we not tell anybody else about this outside of us?
Oh yeah, we don't want like the army to start thinking you're like possessed or something. That would be very inconvenient.
Army.
That's kind of what I'm going for. I don't want them to lynch me in my sleep.
Okay. I hear you. I understand the concern. But, like, it touched your arm, and then it blew up in my face. And I'm still here. For now.
That's a pretty good argument, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You two are terrifying.
Thank you.
What they said.
Alright, just warn me if this is going to involve pain, because then I'm probably going to borrow Alienor's whiskey bottle.
No, I'm literally just gonna like take some ink and like draw on your arm. Just don't wash your arm for the next couple days.
I will try. And he just
Cool.
holds his arm out still, just...
Eris just draws a little line, like, I don't know, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters away.
Sure. Yeah, okay. So, you draw this line.
That's all I got. Casual, if you want to do something else, you go for it.
Can we, like, get rid of it? Casual, you said you had invented this?
Oh,
What
yeah,
the
but
hell
I
is it?
invented it, like, right before it exploded. I didn't invent it. I discovered it. And I only discovered it, like, right before it exploded. So the only samples I have are a few droplets left. And mostly that's to prove that I discovered it. And also to do more testing when we get to the city, because frankly, I don't have the equipment for that right now. But yeah.
But I really think you should probably find it comforting that if it's all over half of Gashel's face, like, they're gonna be screwed way before you are.
And I'm fine.
So we'll know ahead of time.
You're fine. You're literally covered in burns.
Yeah. It's a sacrifice for science.
Fair? What is it? You never said what it is. What's the black
flux?
stuff? Well, I have a general inkling-ish on what the white stuff is. Or not the white stuff, the stuff that makes the light, and there's red stuff that comes from blood, which is admittedly very alarming. What does the black do, and what does the white do?
Good question. Still don't know. Again, very new discovery. Literally only discovered it before it blew up in my face, and now I only have a few drops of it. That said, the white flux is incredibly powerful. Likely some sort of elementally based flux, as best as I can understand it. That's the newer one. The black flux I haven't experimented much with. I do still have more of that though. Don't worry. I got enough from Julie and Hope and the rest of them to, like, last for a few more experiments at least.
You say not to worry, but that is almost the exact opposite of what I want to do. I'll be quite frank.
I mean, there's literally nothing that we can do until we get to Rise and get some more information.
All right.
Might I recommend a deep breath and a cup of tea?
I suppose, yeah. Just I don't know. Just what do we do? Just keep checking it every day, looking at it.
Yeah, don't worry. If something happens, we'll catch it before you die.
And if you see that it gets closer to the line or it overpasses the line I drew on your arm, let us know. And then we'll start to worry. But like your arm hasn't fallen off and it's not getting any bigger, so you're probably fine for now.
Yeah.
Don't want to rush these things because then we might decide to like cut off the arm and then that would be really bad.
Yeah. Alright. And he kind of tucks his arm back underneath the cloak and kind of keeps it close, like rubbing it occasionally. You guys are the experts. This stuff just makes me uncomfortable.
Well, they're the expert. I'm expert in trading. Maybe.
You know more than me. Which makes you experts in my eyes, but... I'm gonna go find Alienor and have a drink.
Casual, this could be a good time. Eris, this could be a good time to talk to Casual.
So, sorry. So, when we were doing those autopsies, did we really learn anything from any of that? Like, have we processed those notes yet?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, there's still a lot more I want to cover, and 4 bodies is still not a lot, but, I've gleaned a lot of information so far. The biggest problem, too, though, is that I've only been able to test the black flux once. And it was in dire situation, and it probably wasn't the most scientific decision. But I just really wanted to see what happened. And it worked. Mostly. But I've saved all of the rest of the samples because I don't want to risk wasting them out in the wilderness.
Well, I don't know. I mostly just ask because, like, after that, I started... I don't know. It felt like I was seeing things, but I was definitely getting followed by crows, and I just didn't... I don't know. I wanted to make sure you had all the information. Well,
Cashel immediately, like, puts the back of their hand against Eris's forehead. I just not really I mean, you heard about the like hundreds of crows, right? Like, I know at least one of them was real because they bit me. Yeah.
They seemed pretty solid, but I know that sometimes these things can manifest weirdly, and I just wanted to make sure there was nothing that could have happened during the autopsies, like inhaled something or accidentally got stabbed by something or, I just felt like you should have all the information that these weird things are happening. And I know Alienor maybe thinks it's some Demorthan thing, but, there's other hypotheses that we could look into, like what I said before.
I mean, I definitely feel observation is gonna be my first recommendation again. I don't feel like I've been seeing things. And technically, you never came in contact with the bodies. But again, we're dealing with a volatile and unexplained as yet, unpredictable new type of flux. If you're feeling that might be involved, we should keep an eye on you too.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should. Have you heard about Flux being able to give people powers to control other things? Or is it just like the blowing things up and the...
It's a stretch, but gut instinct is that it wouldn't be impossible. I mean, flux is energy, and energy can be harnessed and manipulated in multiple ways, right? It's not just for explosions, though it is that, yeah, sure. But it can also be light or power.
How did you learn all of this stuff?
A study, mostly.
Like on your own?
I went to school for a little bit before I set out on my own.
Where do you go? You've said that before, that you went to school. Where do you go to? Everything Back in our hometown, there was someone who was from outside of the continent. He taught me the little that I knew, and I don't know, looking back, if he knew more and just didn't want to tell me, because apparently you can use flux to blow things up, or if he just didn't know as much. But he's the only reason that I know anything at all, and so I'm just curious as to how you came by this knowledge and like where you're from, and tell me all about yourself.
I went to school a ways away and a while back. I've been traveling for a few years now, just kind of like filling things in, trying to learn what I can. And the Fiondas are interesting. Definitely interesting.
Do they not have Fiondas where you studied? Why did you have to leave to run into them?
It's more like, if I'm going to gather information, I need to be prepared to go get it. And I was. So, struck it on my own, did okay. I swear I could cross logs before you came along. On my own.
Yeah, that seems to be like a group failure right there, but yeah.
I mean, it was funny. Bonding. So after a while, I started encountering more of the Fiondas affectations, if you will. There's this village a while back, one of the few places I found, just no bodies, but 3.
The Demorphin bodies.
Oh yeah, there were, 2 Demorphins. One was not.
We passed through town on the way up, shortly before we discovered you, and I assume you extracted the flux from those folks, because I found this in one of them. She holds up the tube.
Oh yeah, that's familiar. Yeah.
You can have that back, by the way.
It's not. It doesn't have any use. It's one-time use.
Drops it.
Okay.
I thought it was weird that the Fiondas were attacking the Morthans were the ones that we found, and anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just wanted to know more about how you got to where you are, because I'd like to learn too.
Oh, it's not prying. I tell everyone all the time, I'm an open book. I'm happy to share, Eris, and if I have to keep an eye on you anyway, we may as well, I can show you some of what I've learned.
Yeah, I mean, that would be cool.
Still learning a lot. And definitely we'll have to sign something. A contract of sorts.
Yeah, very, very formal and technical stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of the research that I've done, and I want people to know it, right? That's how knowledge can be good. That's what it's used for. It's to learn so we can be better and do better. But there are some things that I've learned and discovered and pieced together that I would like to be the one to share.
I have no interest in fame or fortune through this knowledge. That I am happy to just take what you can provide me and learn from you. There's so many things about this world that I don't understand, and it would be nice to have Magience as another tool for me, but I'm not. I'm happy to let you. I have no interest.
Credit. That's it. Okay, cool. I'll write a contract or something.
Yeah, sure. That works for me. Very official and formal relationship.
As the two of you start to write down your contract for your very official relationship, Reese, you head over towards Alienor. We'll say that Alienor is alone for now because Kaiden and Alienor happens another night.
Oh, well.
Reese.
Sorry.
Bye, Mac. It was nice having you.
I think we're at 3 Max out of the chair already. We still got 2 hours.
Reese, as you walk over towards Alienor, I'm gonna put in an assumption here, okay? I'm gonna put in an assumption, but I would like to think that perhaps you are trying to figure out what's wrong with you and perhaps looking at the source of your frustrations.
That's very fair.
Reese,
fair.
You see Alienor wistfully looking over towards Kaiden.
I'm assuming this is a bad time.
What?
Is this a bad time? Are you?
No. Please sit down. Points to the. In theory, there's a log here. I don't know why I'm sitting on the log. Points to the log next to her.
I just mostly came for whiskey, as you seem to be the endless font of it.
I want to say about 50% of my bag was kind of whiskey.
It's kind of what I was hoping to hear. And he sits down and again makes sure that his arm's tucked away.
Hi, how are you doing?
That's a question, isn't it?
It's kind of the tone ends with a question mark, but it's kind of a silent question mark. You really don't ask the question and then go question mark.
I guess I'm fine for the most part. Just looking for a drink at the moment.
Alright. Well, I really hate to break it to you, Reese, but typically if people ask for whiskey and they say they're fine, they're probably not fine. But if you don't want to talk about it, we don't really have to talk about it. And, like, hands you the whiskey.
He takes it and kind of looks between her and where she was looking, and then back at her. Just kind of shakes his head and... I mean... I swear I don't mean this in a rude way. I'm trying to work on being better, but if I were to talk, I don't imagine you would fully be listening anyway.
Oh, yeah, I can give you full attention, and like full body turns straight to Reese, like, I don't really know what you're talking about. I can give you all my attention. And like totally ignores what you're insinuating.
Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you very much for that raid.
Oh, hello, people.
Are you sure you're...
Oh, I am very, very intrigued of what you have to tell me.
Because, I mean, again, no offense, you seem a little preoccupied by that.
Do you point over to that?
Yeah.
Turning that way. I don't know what you're talking about. There's really nothing to be preoccupied with. There's a man over there sitting on top of a log. I've seen that every day of my life.
Really, are you sure? Because it's not just the
For
one...
aesthetic, could we possibly have Kaiden, like, washing his shirt or something?
Yep.
Oh my god!
Guidance shirtless.
I'm very sure. There's
Because it's
nothing...
not the particular one, the particular man. I mean, sure, you've probably seen everybody under the sun, but there's a big difference between our Demorphin leader and Kaiden.
I guess so. I don't really know. Would you say there's a really big difference? Like, a really big difference or just some difference?
You didn't know I was standing directly behind you until I was directly behind you. Yeah, there's a big difference.
You two are killing me.
Whatever do you mean?
I can't.
No. This is like happening in the background. I feel like it's just like you're like,
Look, Kaiden is full on washing his shirt in whatever river we're next to. He's got no shirt on. He's like doubled over. He's wringing it out, like full on stretching out those pec muscles. You know, normal things.
real casual.
Real casual.
Hi, yeah, you might be a little right. I'm a little confused right now. But we're not really talking about me, we're talking about you.
Again, the whole reason I'd point this out is if we're going to be distracted by that, there's really no reason for me to go into my stuff. What? Why? Okay, I'm sorry. Why? Can we just get down to it and be blunt for once? Just why?
Why?
Why him? Of anybody you could pick, why him?
I don't really know. Why don't you tell me why?
I don't know.
He's got a scar on his back that says he's probably a thief. And he's definitely trying to pull Reese to the side for this one-on-one, trying to not have.
If at any time you want to go private, we can do that.
Oh, private. There's some privacy happening.
We want to go quite private. Okay.
This says private at the ladies' restroom right now. All right.
I'm gonna keep doing chin ups on a tree branch.
Can I roll?
Damn it! God damn it!
You want to roll to try and listen? I don't think you
Yes.
can because you would have been speaking to Cashel at this time. Reese would have headed
Oh,
over.
right. Yes, you're right. You're right. Fair,
I rolled
fair.
over here.
Damn it.
Sure, Kaiden, you can roll to over here.
I've got advantages. I'll burn one. But it's finale. I gotta burn my advantages.
no, totally, 100%.
Perception or anything else?
Yes, indeed, perception.
All right.
Well, who wants to roll the stealth? Reese or Alienor? Only one of you can roll it.
Oh God.
I'll roll stealth if Kay is alright with it, since I'm trying to whisper it to.
I mean,
to
yeah,
Reese.
it's honestly, Reese is not ashamed of hiding his disdain, but yeah, go ahead. You are much more trying to hide than I am.
I will also use advantage because it is finale.
Oh,
Snap!
Kaiden, no
Alright.
matter how much you try and listen in, you just can't hear.
Nah, it's the cracking of the branch as I do my pull-ups. It's fine.
See you in a second. Okay.
And
You
like
have privacy.
scooting down the log, like kind of forcing Reese with her if he allows it, like scooting down the log, like, all right, I really don't know what's going on here. I've never really felt this way before. Have you ever felt this way before?
Yes. But why? Why though? Why?
I don't really know. He's kind of funny.
He stole stuff from kings in
Maybe.
front of us.
All right, but I kind of told him I was a little interested, so it's kind of sweet a little bit, but maybe it's not. I don't really know and what it's all really about. I don't know. I've never really grew up having crushes. I had 5 big brothers and no one would ever look at me, but also it's kind of weird. I talk to rocks. So I've never had anyone like me before that I know of. And he's even seen me talk to rocks and still likes me, I think. I don't know if he likes me. I like to think he likes me, but I don't really know if he likes me.
Trust me, he likes you.
How do you know?
How do I know? He sneaks to wherever you are. He drinks with you quite often. He's over there flexing to try to get your attention away from me. There's a myriad of reasons why.
Did you say he was flexing?
Those abs look like they could cut diamonds.
Oh, sweet Kamoke. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Maybe I don't really know. Maybe I'm just ill or something. Maybe something's wrong.
Look, I really, truly don't mean to ruin your happiness. You are a sweet and talented and kind young woman, and you've been extremely understanding despite me being a giant ass half of the time, but just him.
Well, I really wouldn't say you're an ass. I'd say you're more like a bear. In fact, I've been calling you Bear Man this entire time. You're very, very strong, but sometimes it seems like you've come out of hibernation. Maybe you just need a little bit of a snack.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say you're an ass. You're much nicer.
I can be an ass sometimes. Anyway. The point I'm trying to get to is just...
You can, can't you? Only Reese hears that.
Just... I don't know, just... be careful, I guess. Be careful around him, because I don't really trust him.
That's quite fair. And I really appreciate it, Reese. I'll try to keep a level head. You know, you kind of remind me of someone, or more like 5 people. Honestly, you kind of sound like one of my brothers. And like takes a sip of whiskey and like passes it over. They always told me to kind of ignore all the other people, but I mean, not that I really had anyone before. No one ever really talked to me, but it's kind of nice to have someone here.
You've been looking out for everybody, helping us and healing us and everything, so I just don't want to see you get hurt, essentially. Plus, we're kind of the only ones that are originally from our city, so... And he is taking a long drink off of the whiskey.
This is vastly different from home.
You're telling me.
Have you ever been to a big city before, Reese?
I mean, I guess the boot camp that I trained at might count. There was a lot of people there, but I don't know if you'd count that as a city or more just a camp where you run around in circles all day.
Why circles? There's straight lines too. They know that, right?
Because if you run around in circles, you can't.
I guess. Well, you know, Air said the city we were just in wasn't even really a city.
I kind of figured. If it's just one building and a bunch of camps.
It's the biggest building I've ever seen.
I don't know, just... He takes another long drink before passing it back to her. I don't know, just... be careful. There's a lot of stuff just messing with all of our heads out here, and you seem like the only decent person that shouldn't have that affecting them.
But Reese, the things I've seen, they're not normal. I've seen some really messed up things.
Welcome to the club. It sucks.
Reese, could you make me a promise?
I could try.
Well, I've seen some things that make me scared of myself, to be honest. And I don't really know if anyone else would actually stop me from doing something bad. So if you ever see me doing something really weird, but like in a bad way, like red eyes type way, would you stop me?
Is that what you're asking me to do and promise to do?
Yeah, I don't. And she like looks over at Kaiden, who in theory is still stretching away. Is like, I don't really know if he'd do it, to be honest. If what you're saying is right.
I'll be frank. If I do this, he's probably gonna hate me even more than he already does. So. But if you're asking me to restrain you or keep you from harming anyone, then sure.
It might take a bear, to be honest.
I'll be fighting 2 people, but sure, why not? I haven't done that before.
But Reese, don't pretend you don't mind fighting the other one.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to punch his face in right now.
You might even be able to give him a black eye if it actually happens.
You'd like him better anyway, if I did.
Probably.
As your conversation winds down, might be time to get everyone else back in. We'll say you guys end up drinking for the night. Kaiden probably, I don't think Kaiden and Alienor happens tonight.
I feel like all the clothes in this camp is clean at this point.
It's
Every
just going
single
through the
stripper-
line, cleaning everything.
There was a lot of blood in my one shirt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, look, I also had pants to wash.
Unfortunately, we cannot dwell on Kaiden's pants.
We
As-
can't, but Alienor can.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Burn, 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 burn.
More like swell on it. Well, anyway. It's only one letter away on the keyboard. It's an easy typo to make, even when you're speaking. We're gonna pan away from that. Back to Aylwood Soch. Except about a week and a half before your group arrives in Rise. We start on the hill. Where the Demorphin Circle was, with that monument in the middle, the plaque. Over 100 ravens sit around this broken Demorphin Circle, or not broken as it may seem. From the snow, where that base sits, crows begin to gather around it, flapping, creating a raucous mess of feathers and blackness, as they all seem to coalesce, and before you know it, feathers are becoming ooze. As these crows coalesce into one Fiondas, standing large, barrel-chested, with a crown on its head. It begins the march that it used to make often in the past, towards Aylwood Soch. Except now Aylwood Soch isn't a castle. It's an anthill. As it climbs the sides of this mess of rubble and finds the now still water. It looks into the water, and for just a moment, we see its reflection. A handsome man. Long ginger hair, long ginger beard with flecks of white in, a crown that sits atop his head looking most regal. This man is easily in his 50s, but maintains the dignity of that attractive dignity of an older man. You know the men that just get better as they get older? Like Sean Connery? This isn't Sean Connery, but perhaps Sean Connery mixed with a bit of Brian Blessed or something like that. He steps into the water, black ooze mixing with the steam. Steps in again. And descends into the mine. More crows begin to converge on this anthill, landing around the sides. Slowly more Fiondas coming along. The bear that we're now familiar with, and the other small creatures, some of them undescribable. A long time passes as these creatures coalesce on the anthill that you all created. And like ants, black Fiondas begin to come out of the anthill. You may recognize the faces of some of them as miners that you saw just yesterday leave the anthill. Many of them head straight towards the now abandoned armory. There wasn't enough time or wagons to carry all those weapons. And they begin to arm themselves. They walk just like any other person. The original Fiondas emerges sometime later. As he stands atop the anthill, you see this new army of Fiondas created from the anthill. Standing in front of him. The bear comes to the bottom of the anthill. And the King Fiondas mounts it. And begins the long march towards Rice. Following the tracks, the cart tracks left by your group. Some small number of Fiondas are sent ahead, like scouts. It seems obvious from their movement. These Fiondas have more knowledge than simple people. But hey, let's not be concerned with that tonight. Tonight we now meet our group halfway between Rise and Aylwood Soch, an occasion which Patrick demands requires some form of celebration to raise morale. Fortunately, music is struck up, and some of you may be reminded of hope for a short while, but they do their best to try and lighten the mood. And I would like our camera to go first to Reese Harris. You two find each other alone, whilst everyone else is doing things.
I don't like parties either.
I kind of like parties sometimes. People don't really pay. At parties, you know, you've got two kinds of people: the people that are paying too much attention and the people that are paying none at all.
And what one are you?
Depends on the party.
And what am I? You can be honest with me, I don't mind.
I think you pay a lot of attention to some things.
Some would say too much, probably.
And you pay very little attention to others.
Again, probably too much. It's missed. By the way, this isn't easy, and I shouldn't be doing this again anyway, but sorry. Back in the camp, I was, again, pretty mean before you left and yelled at you, and I didn't mean to.
When was this?
I guess that's good. It was just before you left the morning and woke up and found you were gone. And you wanted to look at Hope, and I didn't want to. I snapped as usual, because I can't contain myself.
I mean, it's been pretty clear for a while that Hope was the most important person in the group to you.
And now she's not here, and we are absolutely lost.
Are we, though? I mean, I feel like she's not here, and we're finishing her mission for her without really any problems, given that we have, like, guides to where we're going and inside knowledge of what's going on. And
I mean, more lost in terms of answers, but direction.
But we have her letters. She was a person, not a god.
I mean, we still don't know why the Fionas are attacking, though. We don't know what the hell that thing was in the mines. You mentioned crows. I have no idea about that, other than they're birds and a menace when you leave your kill out.
I don't think Hope had any answers to any of those questions either. Wasn't that kind of the whole point of all of this?
You seem like she did.
Is that why you were so infatuated with her? Because she seemed like she had all the answers?
Partly, I guess. She knew what she was doing. Take care of herself.
Independent.
And could take care of others. I mean, she did try to save me, so... Got her head nearly crushed in the process, but she did try to save me.
You know what I said before about you paying a lot of attention to some things and very little attention to others?
Yes.
This might be one of those times.
Where I pay too much attention or not enough?
Yes.
Okay. Not sure I understand, but...
Yeah, I'm getting that. There are other people here. There are plenty of people here that know things. there are plenty of, everybody here has put their life on the line for each other up to this point. It might be worth recognizing some of that.
I mean, I try to. You're helping me. Do you mean I should just say thank you more often, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that would be something. I just don't see why Hope is gone. That's sad. It's always sad to lose the life of someone that you've been close to, or someone who is useful, or someone who is kind. It's sad to lose people. But there are 4 other people here.
Yes, and I've been trying to keep us all alive. I dragged Cashel out of a collapsing mine. Much against my will, I even tried to save Kaiden, but you know. You can be blunt with me. Am I doing something wrong? I don't understand.
I was in that basement too. And I was trapped between those things and the way out. Hope just happened to be the one that got smashed. But I don't think any of you have asked if I'm okay, or if I was okay, or if I was hurt. I don't think anyone has looked to see if I took any damage. And I think if there were 2 bodies left in the basement that day, you'd cry over one of them.
You're right. I mean, you're not wrong. You're right.
Well, that's all I needed to know.
God. I feel like all I ever do is just apologize to you. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say, but I'm sorry. It's not my intention.
It's not the first time I've been left behind. It won't be the last. I'm a big girl.
You know I'm actively not going to try to leave you behind, right? I plan on at least someday going home. Hopefully.
I don't.
There. Well, then I'll help you get to where you want to go. I got nowhere else to be anyway. Going back to an empty house, so I might as well be useful to somebody.
I thought thought we were becoming friends. You've even been there in one of the rare moments that I freaked out. Doesn't happen very often.
Well, you've been there for one of mine. Too many.
I don't care if I make it. I don't really care where I'm going. All I care about is that wherever I get to whatever ditch I end up in, that somebody remembers me. I don't care if you leave me behind. It would just be nice to be thought of.
You're gonna make it kind of hard to forget now that I feel like an ass. Not to mention you're helping me. With this. And getting us there and everything, and fuck. I don't really know what else to say, but sorry. And that you're right. But I'm gonna try.
Well, between the apology and the magic words of me being correct, you're at least moving in the right direction.
Start, I guess. Hopefully.
Yeah. It's a start. Just maybe next time, something explodes or someone dies or we're all trapped in the dark, you check to make sure everybody's okay.
I know it's not much of anything, really, an explanation or an excuse, but I guess the main reason why I was so focused on just hope is that she understood something that I still struggle with. And she was fine with it. So, and that you saw as well.
Everybody has demons in the dark. And I think we'll probably have a few more before this is all over.
I never want to look at a log the same again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything to give you to make you feel better right now. I'm feeling a little satisfied in you not feeling so great, if I do say so myself, actually, because I'm not that great of a person. But
you're not the only one. honestly. There's quite a few who take pleasure in my pain. It's okay. You don't have to fix me either. Just know that.
Well, I've got enough of myself to fix first.
Shit, isn't that right?
Maybe when this is, I don't want to say over, because that could be whenever. Maybe when they're not dancing like that. She looks over. We can talk about us, and not us like a unit, but I mean, like, who are you? I don't even know. Maybe that'll be something.
And I can know you.
I don't think any of us know each other yet.
Not really.
Well, tomorrow's another day.
Round. Like this. Can slide across elsewhere in the party. Well, elsewhere in this party there is a very different vibe, but following the current tempo. Typically the music stops. 3 days away from pride. Blades in the dark. Find target. Knives slash through tents. Soon there's a sound of knives slashing through flesh. But halfway through the journey to Rise at this party, we find Alienor. Alienor, how's the whiskey treating you?
The whiskey is treating me just fine, and this music is very fitting. This is Eleanor's scene.
And of course, as you are drinking, and you don't know what it is, but alcohol seems to amplify that feeling of being sick. And there he is. Kaiden stands near the edge of this circle of friends, not really taking part. I don't see Kaiden as a dancer.
No.
Hi, Kaiden, are you not gonna dance?
Not really. Not really, like, never really learned, to be honest.
Alright, you know there's one really good way to learn it, huh?
Are you gonna try and drag me out onto the
And
dance
as
floor?
he's saying this, I'm dragging him out on the dance floor if he allows
Oh
it.
god.
So-
Oh my god. Alright. Oh,
It's a reload. No one's gonna notice if you're really bad. And really, honestly, they're all really drunk. So you're alright.
I mean, right. Isn't the, are you supposed to lead, or is it?
I don't really know, to be honest. I kind of just do it. Just kind of fall in line and clap your hand every so often. It's gonna be really, really great.
I am not very good at music. Alright. Kaiden is terribly off tempo. Terribly off tempo.
Eleanor tries to help him find the tempo. Don't know if it's working, but we're moving.
You know what's better than tempo? Whiskey.
Oh, is it?
So I've heard.
Alright. Sorry, I just saw Kayla's comment. Whew. Alright, so getting the way through the line, finding escape, I find I don't know if it's a whiskey table or a whiskey pile.
Kegs.
Yay! And whirl our way through until I find our way out next to the whiskey.
Quiet the party noises a little bit as you're just outside of the.
I will also say that Kaiden's inability to find the tempo is not because he lacks musicality, it's because he's nervous.
Alright. And then, like, Eleanor immediately finds whiskey and just, like, takes far too long a swig of it. Like, probably, like, a solid 3 seconds, and puts it down, like, so how are you doing tonight? Hey, Kaiden.
It's fine, really, you alright there? I know you can hold your whiskey, but still,
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of wondering, have you been feeling alright yourself?
I mean, traveling's been harder. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, but it's nothing, you know, terrible. I'm fine.
Has your stomach been alright?
Why?
Alright. Mine's been feeling like a bit of knots, to be honest. Stomach's been in a bunch of knots lately.
You're the, you know, you're the healer and stuff. I'm not really sure how to help with that.
Alright. Alright. I've been a little distracted, to be honest. And a little bit feverish. I don't know if it's going around.
I've been fine. Are you catching a cold or something? And Kaiden reaches over and puts a hand on Eleanor's forehead.
Immediately blushes at that, by the way. I don't really know. It's just I've been kind of feeling funny, and I've really been around you a lot. So I didn't know if you had caught it too, but I've just been kind of feeling really feverish, and I can't focus on really anything. My stomach's been in knots. I really don't understand.
All right, everyone. That's the end of that. Look, we're gonna play a few more songs, but I know some of you here are out with you know, your loved ones, so we're gonna take it down a little notch and play it slow. Some of them slower musics. You know, we've got some trumpets in, and some new instruments from Rise. As it happens, they make a bit more of an electrical sound. So I hope you like this one. Everyone begins slow dancing.
Is this a little bit strange, Kaiden?
I mean, I'm not really a dancer. I just realized Kaiden just sort of, because he's got his hand sort of pressed on Eleanor's forehead, and he like does the awkward like take it away, sort of pushes hair behind Eleanor's ear. Because there's his hands right there. Real awkward, like.
You know what I was talking about where you feel really feverish? I'm kind of feeling that way right now. I don't really know. Do you ever feel this way? I don't know if I really have ever felt this way before. It feels like I'm in front of a brick oven right now.
Eleanor, are you sure it's sickness or it's just, you know, feeling?
feeling?
Right. I guess. I sometimes.
Sometimes.
You know, the stomach in knots and whatever, that sort of thing.
Aye, so it's contagious is what you're saying.
No, I don't think it's... I don't think it's that, Elena.
Alright, then why are we the only two feeling it? I mean, really? This is... It's kind of a lot, to be honest.
Do you want it to stop?
I don't really know. It's nearly not so bad. I guess it's not unbearable, but it's just... I've never felt this way before, so I really don't understand.
I mean... Same. Right. Do you want to dance?
But can I ask you kind of a question really quick? And before she does, she... Reese says you like me. Do you like me? Kaiden, is that really what's going on here? He says it's clear in his day, but I really don't know because no one's ever liked me before.
Do you want me to?
I kind of do, but I really don't know what it quite means, to be honest. No one's ever liked me when I talk to rocks and weird trees and things, and the kind of the smoke that none of you can see. So I'm really not quite used to it.
It's not a... I mean, I haven't been around a lot, but the talking with trees thing, it's not, you know, that bad. I mean, you've got a couple people in this party who talk to, like, goo and experiment around with it and, you know, fumble around dead bodies. I really don't think talking to a goddamn tree is that big of a deal.
You really don't think so? You really don't mind it too much?
Nah, it's interesting.
Huh? Alright, then yeah, I think we could dance.
It's been a while, but I think I can still... I think I can still do this sort of thing. And I will hold out my hand.
Eleanor definitely takes it. And
Kaiden does like a little spin and then pulls you like sort of into like a waltz hold.
Right? You know, to be honest, my mother always told me to leave room for the Kamokes.
Aren't they like fiery spirits? They really take up that much space. Kaiden says, closing the gap.
Not really that much space, and they can move quite easily.
That's what I figured. Come
Right.
on. It's a little off tempo because the songs Kaiden has danced to before were in Ostabale in taverns there. So it doesn't entirely match the rise instruments, but those are very slow, sort of very close waltz. So I guess I should probably ask, do you like me? Or
Oh, I guess I never really told you. Yeah, I kind of do like you. At least I like what I think this is supposed to be. I do kind of like you. I really can't stop thinking about you, to be honest, but I don't know if I'm really supposed to tell you that.
why not?
I don't know. Apparently, there's something about being coy, and I don't really know what that means, to be honest.
Right. Quick question. Who told you about being coy or whatever?
Oh, it's just kind of just something I heard about, when I was younger. Something about romance and all that. I don't know if it's really true, to be honest.
Right. I never really been one for that.
Oh,
But
alright, good. I don't know if I could really be coy. I don't really know what that means yet again, so.
I don't think you need to be anything other than you, Elena.
Alright. I can do that, I think. Okay. Yeah, are we doing this dance right? I don't really know. What? It's really quite. I've never really done this dance.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but I mean, if you're enjoying it, then it's probably right.
It's not so bad.
Kaiden does the thing where you push someone's hair out of their face, and then like does the finger brush against the lips.
Oh, there's something there.
Maybe just a drop of whiskey or something.
Sorry, quite a lush show.
Oh fuck! Can I ask you something?
I
Can I kiss you? All right.
I've never really done it before, but I guess apparently I think people do.
I just kiss you and shut you up.
Well, that happened.
It happened. And like all good things, as that ship sails off into the sunset, we pan across to Cashel in this party.
Hey.
Where does Cashel stand at the party?
I don't know if it surprises anyone, but Cashel is absolutely on the dance floor.
Dancing away?
Oh yeah, they don't dance to like the rhythm or anything. They're like over there just like.
And
It's very wiggly.
what do they do when the mover music comes on?
They keep dancing like that.
Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, Party RPG. Welcome in, everyone. Captain Clanahan sort of steps close and leans in. You right there, Cashel, are you?
Yeah, having fun. You having fun?
Not yet, but I'm hoping to. You're dancing alone. Perhaps I could change that.
Okay, sure. The more the merrier. That's how dancing works.
Traditionally, people dance a little slower to these sort of tunes, but I mean, we can do that if you like.
What?
I can show you a dance if you like.
Okay.
It's a simple little 4-step. Just follow my feet. And
Okay.
he's gonna not put you in a close waltz hold, you teenagers over there. He's gonna put you in a like a loose foxtrot sort of hold, sort of plenty of distance, you know, and start teaching you a simple little dance that fits the music.
Is the slow supposed to be fun?
Aye, certain people find it fun. Usually those with romantic intent.
Oh, gotcha. I see. And I think Casual like looks over to Kaiden.
Just as they smooch, of course.
Oh yeah, there is no room for Kamuks in this hold. Like, even though Kamuks are small, there is no room for Kamuks in this hold.
I don't know, I'm seeing plenty of fire over there.
Ah, damn, they kissed.
Aye, they did.
It was coming. It was always coming.
I guess it was, yes.
But not like actually coming yet. Maybe later.
It's been a long time since the university, Cashel. I used to enjoy hanging out with you then as well, and it was just like this.
I'm
You'd-
sorry, can we go back to the part where you said you enjoyed hanging out with me? That
You don't remember me, do you?
Oh no.
It's alright.
No.
It's all right.
I don't.
I was a couple of years below you, so I was kind of one of the hangers-on, you know.
I think you might be confusing me for one of the popular kids.
No, definitely not. I think you might be confusing me for one of the popular kids.
I mean, I do have a face that's kind of unforgettable. More so now.
I mean, one could say that you look hotter.
That's an explosion joke.
That is an explosion joke.
I appreciate that. That's very funny.
It was a risky joke, to be honest. You could have taken it real bad.
Why would I take that bad? No, that's great. That's very clever of you. I appreciate cleverness.
No, I was in Dr. Kilpatrick's shall we say biology class, for want of better ears.
Ah.
I never picked it up. Not really. I only did the first year, and then I dropped out, but... It's nice to dance with you.
Thanks. Do you want to try my way?
Sure, why not?
Casual just starts like moving his arms.
I mean,
Yeah.
do we not, like, follow the beat at all, or anything?
No. You have to hear it in your own head. Like, listen to the music up here, not the music out there.
The music up here. And look, we just flash into his head for a second, it's just military drums. I could... Alright, I can try that.
It's just fun. Just let it go. And all of like the stress and stuff. Just like shake it out. You know? Like you blew your face up. It doesn't matter. Shake it off.
Do my face up, doesn't matter. Off.
So many people are dead. It doesn't matter. Shake it out.
Oh. And at that, Patrick kind of stops.
You're not shaking it out.
That's a tough one to shake out.
But you didn't try.
I mean, he sort of like shakes his arms a little bit. You can hear the band are winding down. Kaiden and Eleanor are doing whatever the heck Kaiden and Eleanor are doing, and everyone else is sort of going, the party's dying down. It's a hard one to shake off, that one, Casual. I'm gonna need a little bit of time with that one, I think, before I can shake it out. But I appreciate the sentiment, and I would, yes, no, I like it.
Did I ruin your night?
No. No, quite the opposite. You see, being an officer, often these nights are quite lonely. We do these things for morale, right? And everyone has a good time. They all get drunk. They all dance together. Some of them do things. Again, looks over towards Eleanor and Kaiden. And that's wonderful, but as it happens, I don't often get to participate because it's not really proper for one to be doing such things with a superior officer, of course.
Right. Lonely life sounds like, yeah.
I wouldn't say so, not
That's-
lonely, just, it's nice to have the change, and I was very pleased to have your company. You did not ruin my night.
Yeah, that's what happens when you care about people, I guess.
Wait, what?
Well, when you care about people and feel distant from them, it's easy to feel alone in a crowd.
And his eyes sort of widen a little bit, and for a moment it's almost like you can see into his soul, because that's certainly how he feels.
I learned that during university.
Of course, you... Yes, no, that's very true. Alone in a crowd, when you care about people you can interact. I'm gonna walk back to the tent. Torture, if you like.
Sure, I guess I'll walk that way.
You having any intent on sleeping tonight?
I mean, probably. Generally, I sleep at night. It depends on how much my mind is keeping me awake.
Right. What keeps your mind awake? Is that a sensible question?
Puzzles, problems, unsolved mysteries.
Perhaps then I can be of assistance.
Oh, enlighten me.
I managed to keep hold of the Irvin's rifle that was loaded. Fired it there. I know you got all the goop, but I've still got the rifle, and well, if you need it, I was thinking of you when I collected it up.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Good. Well, I'm glad to be helpful. I imagine you wouldn't have any interest in things like flowers now, would you?
Nope. Show me your rifle.
Of course. You'll walk you back to the tents. Some time passes. And there is definitely a meeting in the middle of the night. You can both decide what you're doing beforehand. But Reese and Kaiden, you unavoidably bump into one another. You can describe to me what sort of state of affairs you're in and what you're doing.
Yes,
Late.
Kaiden, what kind of state of affairs were we in?
It's late.
It's fine.
4?
4 times I have slid out of my chair in the session alone. I mean, it depends on what Eleanor was willing to do. Because consent is important. So, I mean, we all know what Kaiden wants, but it's up to Eleanor. What's Eleanor's willing to do?
Kisses only, young man. Kisses only.
Okay.
Your wandering hands were denied, Kaiden, is what that sounds like to me.
Sadness. A lot of kisses, apparently, according to Zoom chat, though. So, you know, a little rumpled. Kaiden usually has his hair in braids, but some of them are definitely undone. He's probably fixing a couple of them. probably red, probably very pleased with himself.
And what does Reese look like late this night?
Preoccupied with voice things. Probably why he doesn't notice Kaiden and ends up bumping into him. Probably shoulder checking him.
Ow, hi. Oh, hi, Reese. It's late.
Yeah, it is.
Right, as you were, I'll be,
In Alienor's tent, don't worry. We all know.
is it really that obvious?
Yeah. The river made it extremely obvious.
Which river?
You know, I wasn't trying to keep count of how many times you washed your shirt, but any one of them.
It's my only shirt and it was a little bloody, alright?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Sure.
Meeting. Right, we should probably go.
You just be nice to her, okay?
What else would I do?
What you usually do.
Oh, please enlighten me in what you know about my experience with women. Please, I'd be dying to know.
Well, that tone right there is part of the reason I'm concerned. But she is also a young girl. And I would rather not see her completely heartbroken. As I'm sure you wouldn't want to either.
I was gonna say, it's about time we finally agreed on something.
Precisely.
I'm not trying to hurt her.
I hope you are telling me the truth.
I hope you believe me.
That's the question, isn't it?
Always is, isn't it? Just because you've got a problem with me doesn't mean I'm gonna hurt everyone you care about, alright? So lay off.
I'm not doing it just to be a hard ass and make your life more difficult. I am legitimately doing this because she's the one that has led us this far and helped protect us. She's the one who has helped heal you and heal everyone else in our party.
Alright, and I'm sure a little kiss isn't gonna fuck that up.
No. But I also don't want you to, I don't know, run away or build up expectations that can't be met or, you know, a myriad
Like
of things.
What sort of expectations do you think she's gonna build up?
I don't know.
Then why are you worrying about them?
Because I care about her. She has gotten us this far and saved our lives.
And I really don't think caring about someone else and kissing someone is gonna get in the way of her navigation skills.
Look, you're not gonna like me no matter what I do, even after I save your life. So let's just agree to disagree, and I'm gonna continue to be concerned about her safety and happiness. Okay?
Don't get in my way.
I don't want her. She's yours. But I care about her because I literally grew up around her. You would know that if you had been in our village.
Alright, it's not my fault I nearly died on the side of a road, okay? It's not my fault I ended up in that village. I didn't want to end up in the middle of butt fucking nowhere.
Just be nice to her. Okay? That's all I ask.
Be nicer if you're not such a hard ass.
I have nothing to do with what the two of you do.
Then stay the fuck out of my business. Alright? It doesn't matter what I do with her. And it shouldn't matter to you.
If that's what you think.
Try me. I fucking dare you.
Are you gonna hold another dagger to my throat again?
No, it'd be too messy.
The way I see it, thus far, you're the only one who has made all the threats to me, so I don't quite understand why you're so threatened by me. You held a knife to my throat. You've told me that I'm in the way, that I'm a liability. I'm literally coming to you right now only because I care if that young girl gets heartbroken.
Eleanor, can you make me a stamina roll, please?
Oh, God.
Yeah, when I find it, I will happily make a stamina roll.
God damn it, Scrat. Well.
Great. Yeah, why don't you make me a perception check as well?
Hey, you want to take one of my advantages?
Or an auto
Have an
success.
advantage. I totally forgot to use it.
That's fine, we'll use one of Mackenzie's.
Yeah, if I'm allowed to, I'll do it right now. Here we
Mackenzie
go.
offered, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
It's the finale, take it! Well,
Oh my God.
hey, it is another tier, it is another tier.
I mean, they are kind of yelling at each other.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Leonor,
not.
You are
Yeah.
still awake, you are not drunk. You hear this conversation.
Oh shit. Like, oh, it says Paige. Eleanor is like vastly listening to this conversation and is quite alarmed. I'm gonna continue listening.
Please, is there anything else that I've done wrong?
Well, that seems like a question of a guilty conscience, doesn't it?
I have a lot to be guilty about. But I don't think I have anything to be guilty about with you.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Well, go on. You don't want to be out here. She's cold and alone.
It seems like something you're very familiar with.
And Reese just shakes his head and turns away from him.
Kaiden has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face.
Where do you go, Kaiden?
Wasn't there a meeting? Wasn't there a reason why we were awake?
No, you could have been fetching water. You could have been,
Hydrating, very important.
very important. especially when undergoing exercise.
Something like, there's a lot of muscles in your lips, is what I've been told.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
Chapped lips, man. It's a thing.
That's a whole problem.
Kaiden's gotta keep his best organ smooth.
We're gonna flash forward from there then. I don't know where Kaiden goes. It doesn't really matter.
Kaiden probably goes back to Alienar's tent, to be honest.
Okay. But we're
Does
gonna
the-
flash forward. You don't get to talk about that tonight. We're gonna flash forward to the night before we all enter Rise. As you can see on the horizon, Rise there. Everyone makes camp for the last time, knowing this will be the last time that you sleep in your tent. Some wanted to push through the night straight towards the gate, but Captain Clanahan said no, we're not arriving in the middle of the night. We're going to sleep, we're going to arrive in the morning, and we're going to be well presented. And he's ordering everyone to clean up well before they go to bed tonight. Get all their gear in order, make sure that everything is ship-shape and battle ready. And everyone's sleeping. Dark figures start moving out of the trees into the camp. Just the slight sound of tents being ripped. As knives go through the fabric. You won't hear the first few outlying tents as people are killed mercilessly in their beds. The bodies dragged back into the forest. Before another wave of scouts move their way in. They're closer now. Perception checks from everyone. What's your focus, Eris?
Observation.
I think because you're asleep, I'm going to disallow it. You're not observing on this.
Okay.
Just raw perception.
Can I use advantage anyway?
Of course, you can all use advantage.
Can I
Eleanor,
use an advantage?
Of course.
I rolled 10 and 10.
Well, it's not a critical fumble.
There we go.
Everyone can roll. This is just a sort of passive sleeping perception.
I rolled the critical success. So
Did you know?
I'm pretty
missed
happy.
It, I think. Hell yeah, you did. Okay. Eris, something's wrong. You can hear it. Something is not going right in this camp.
She shoots up and grabs the fancy metal dagger that she's been sleeping with under her pillow. And she probably actually getting the impression that I think that we're all kind of sleeping in our own tents, small tents. She probably stealths out of hers to whoever's is nearest to try and wake them up and
Reese.
see what's going on.
Reese, you've also been wakened. Something's not right. You can hear sounds that aren't right in the camp.
I would assume at this point that some of those special weapons have found their way to the rest of us.
Oh, yeah. You all got equipped with, like, nice weapons, right?
He would probably
Yeah.
grab both of his swords and then his crossbow. Or bow, whatever the fuck I picked. And slowly kind of like peek out of the tent, like drawing it aside and glancing around.
Can you make me another perception check? Eris and Reese, you can see each other. You're both awake.
Okay. Do I get to see what's going on now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see Reese also poking their head out. You can also make a perception check for looking around. Oh,
And
critical fumble.
roll. Oh, I was gonna roll with advantage.
Of course you can.
Yeah, I kind of want to roll
That's
with
better.
advantage as well.
Pop them while they're hot.
Fuck, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a 6 is better than a
4.
A fumble.
Yeah.
And can I to Reese and use one of my auto successes to stealth around to get everybody else up?
That is a great use of an auto success. You are all wakened. Eris, you find Kaiden and Alienor together?
She as
Amy,
she enters stealthily, she's like,
I see questioning looks. Are they?
"Oh, there might have been an argument."
They are, but they find them in an argument because Eleanor's got some questions.
and Eris will walk in and she'll peek in and just step inside really quickly and just see them arguing and just be like, "Shh."
All right, what?
What's going on?
Fiondas.
Near the outskirts. I think everyone except Cashel, who is not yet awake, will hear a slight from somewhere near the edge of the camp.
And
Dagger
Eris
in
will
one
tell them
hand,
to-
longsword in the other.
Eris will tell them to go meet up with Reese, and then we'll stealth to wake Cashel up too.
He's loaded an arrow and pulling it ready to shoot.
Yeah, Eleanor will grab her weapons, as small as they may be, and head that way.
Kaiden is meat shielding Alienor, as per usual.
Eleanor might bump him with her dagger a few times
Alright,
extra.
be careful, be careful, be careful. Ow, ow, ow. Okay.
Oh, alright, does that hurt? Does getting stabbed in the back kind of hurt a little bit? I'm really sure it does.
Hush.
We need to have conversations over there, but for now, what are you all doing? Cashel's not yet been woken. And on a 12, they wouldn't have heard.
Eris is gonna go wake Cashel.
Of course.
And I think she's so stealthy, she throws her head up and tucks her hair in, and you guys can't even see her. She just poof.
Yeah. And I did agree that auto success would count for everyone, so Cashel is next then.
Yeah. And just and I think as she slides in, she just looks at Cashel and she goes, "New research subjects have arrived. We're gathering by Reese's tent to try and get out of here."
Okay, I'm awake. Cash will roll over and grab their stuff and get up.
You hear a sort of as a volley of arrows launches from the trees and hits a section of the camp not close to you but a little further away. And you hear someone, at least one person, crying out into the night. And the camp begins to rouse. The Fiondas are here! Man arms! Ah!
And Eris and Cash will make their way to the rest of the group. And when she gets there, Eris is just "We run.
We need to get out of here now.
We need to get into Rise. We run."
Someone starts ringing a bell, ding, 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 and literally they only get about that many swings in before you hear a
We're running. Run now.
Okay.
Do I see where these Fiondas are coming from behind us?
They
Or can
seem
I
to be
look?
attacking from the trees.
How far are we? You said we were right outside, right? Or we could have made our way quick in the.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been right on the edge. They would have still, even though you were maybe separate from the main contingent, they wouldn't have put you outside of the border of watch tents.
Okay. How close are we to the city, though?
Well, it would have only been about another 6 hours march. Maybe 2 hours run. You're
Can
fast.
Ayla grab her stone and literally beg to the Kamok? Just literally be like, really, if there's really any kind of way you control us right now, that'd be really, really helpful, because I'm really pretty sure they're all gonna die, and I've only been just kissed. Please point me the way. And like, literally rubbing her stone and begging for any Kamok to show up.
Give me a Demorphin roll.
Can I use my auto success? Would that be enough?
You certainly can. As you use your auto success, you see Kamogs begin to light the path around you. Blue. They create an intricate pathway through the tents.
Alright, everyone follow me. And without saying any further, just starts running the path. Like, that the Kamok are showing her.
Does everyone follow?
Titan tries to grab Alienor's
Yeah.
hand as we go, but we'll see if he's rejected.
Reese will take up the back to try to like act as a
Salad?
buffer.
Eris and
But at the
Cash
same
are
time,
in.
he calls forward and tries to get attention. She get Patrick.
Eris is already gone.
How about Casual?
Running after Eris.
Okay. I think we have a rough marching order. As you follow the Kamogs, they make you wind left and right, seemingly without sense. You know, the path ahead seems completely clear, but the five of you are directed left between tents. And it's not until the camera stays on this street for a couple of seconds after you've all dived left that you see a Fiondas appear, slashing at a guard in that pathway. At one point, as you're running along the path, you see a Fiondas cross ahead of you without seeming to see you. Mo lead you to Patrick's tent. Patrick is outside, still wearing his uniform and strapping a Ferven's rifle to his back with another one in his hands, the sword at his side. Shh. Attacking anything that makes noise.
Yourself, follow in line, man. And like, kind of like grabs him. And he's like, if you really want to leave your condo, just follow at this point. You can grab anyone else you want, but this is the way out.
We have to tell them the city.
He looks troubled but follows. It's a winding path. You can tell this camp doesn't stand a chance versus these creatures. They seem to understand guerrilla tactics. The Kamo lead you to a small knot in the forest right at the edge where there's a hollowed out tree stump and a dip. And that's where they stop.
What's beyond the dip?
Nothing.
Like darkness?
It's just like there's trees beyond the forest, but not with any sense of direction. They don't lead towards the city. it seems like the Kamo have led you to a place where you'll be safe. You see a couple of people trying to run towards the city along the path when arrows strike them.
Hide. Everybody hide.
Get down right now. I really agree with Iris. And like slumps down to the ground.
Get flat as possible, laying on her stomachs. Just
Look, I can't do this. Those are my men. I need to try.
There's
No,
a
don't you
whole
dare.
nation of people that need us to bring this information back, and you know more than any of the rest of us. It's your men or everyone.
Ah, shit.
You have a duty, sir.
We do what we need to survive. Get in here.
Patrick will squat down with you all. And this night you witness many a murder. As that entire camp is routed by the Fiondas. When there's not many left, the heavy fighters come out. The bears, the wolves, the men carrying double-headed axes. This isn't a battle, it's a massacre. At the very end, the Fiondas with the crown rides out on the bear. Looks towards the city for a long moment. And turns back into the forest. About an hour later, the Mo begin lighting the path down to the city. However, around the same time, you start to hear trees falling in the wood. Fortunately, friends, you'll find out what happened next season when we return Tact and Diplomacy Season 2. The City of Rise.
Ta-da!
Fucking hell, season 2.
How are you doing?
Yeah, that. I agree with that.
Look, I as a person feel bad for who Kaiden is.
You should.
Kaiden doesn't. I should.
Put on some happier music, shall we?
Ugh.
Same, Kelly. That is not happier music. This is not happier music.
Depends on your perspective, really.
No, this is objectively bad music.
Mac, it's not about the music out here. It's about the music in here.
Yeah.
The music in
You just
here
gotta
is just
shake it off,
screaming.
Mac.
It's just
Get on,
screaming.
Mac.
It's just endless yelling.
Oh god.
Say it's that. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Straight.
I'm just
How do you do
stress
that?
eating
Screams.
Reese's.
I have one stress donut left, okay? One.
So, how do we feel about everyone hearing everyone's whispers tonight? Except for, obviously, the private whispers at the beginning.
I really liked it, mainly because I got to appreciate some really awesome roleplay that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I think we needed the pressure valve release.
It kind of makes sense too, because we started the season listening to everyone's kind of private moment, if I remember right. And now we're
Kind of.
ending on the same kind of note. I like it. I like it.
Well, let's we'll go round if you like. We can talk about our favorite parts of the season, if you have any. I mean, you know, and all that good stuff. I won't put anyone on the spot. You'll have a moment, everyone. Sell yourselves. Do your thing.
Take it off.
So many moments. So many moments.
Casual now like Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift was a thing?
Probably.
Oh gosh.
Are we like popcorning this, or is it just kind of like?
Yeah, we can popcorn it.
I think that one of my favorite moments, and this is kind of tricky because like a lot of times we didn't see other people's moments, right? But I did like getting to see the Kaiden and Alienor relationship develop. And no matter what happens after the smooches, I still feel like it's gonna be real interesting to watch.
I can almost guarantee it will be. Like,
I can guarantee it will be too.
I mean, we still have a whole argument to flash back to. Like,
We do.
Oh, yeah.
We do. Kaiden has a mess to clean up.
oh yes, he does. He is in the.
My favorite part of this season is knowing that that's coming at the beginning of next season.
You are valid.
Wait.
I mean, favorite part. Well, I have two favorite parts. The one is the funniest part, which is just I love. Anytime Scrat asked me to gratuitously describe shirtless Kaiden, which surprisingly happened more than once this season. Those are great. Favorite part to play was probably beginning of this session. Was my favorite part to play, but no one else was around for that one, so can't say any more about that. But generally, Kaiden completely like heel face or like face heel turning this episode from kissing Alienor and being awkward to just being an absolute dick. It was fun. I mean, I hate it, but it's fun.
no, that has to be some of my favorite. Is just fighting with Kaiden and
It's
just
just
the
so
two
much
of-
fun yelling
It's
at
so
you,
much
Kayla.
fun.
I love it.
The two of us just being like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," and it's amazing. I live for it.
I really enjoyed way back at the beginning the emotions everyone had that was watching when I pulled the tube out of the body.
Oh.
That was a great moment for me.
It was beautiful.
I was like, yeah, this is what we're doing here. This is what this season's gonna be like.
Role
That
playing
was
that
a moment we
whole.
knew.
Me and Renee role played Cashel going through that village before we all were live.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, I can't
Renee's
imagine.
reveal was one of my favorite parts too.
Yeah. Giving Cashel the survey was a really fun moment for me.
Oh yes,
If I remember
this.
correctly, you almost made
Bacon
Scrat
date?
choke on Pepsi?
Yeah, if you,
Yeah.
I feel like a goal is to try to kill your GM at some point, right? So
Definite
if
goal.
there's a way. But I really this episode, Kelly and Kay, how dare you? I was tearing up. I loved it. It was wonderful, and I think
Thank
everyone
you.
agrees. Yes,
Hee-hee.
Teehee indeed.
I really liked the. Oh, sorry.
No, you carry.
My self-indulgent moment. I really actually liked the whisper that preempted that conversation. I enjoyed that between Scrat and I. I had fun with that one.
So many really. That's my favorite moment, is all of the times when we had whisper chats together and it was real. Like, all of the real whisper chats. Oh boy. Those were juicy.
And we can all agree our least favorite is the log.
Wait, the whispers were real.
That's really actually on brand for this game, though.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. We're going to throw up our sponsor links here, the Deck of Many and Mage Hand Press. Check them both out. Deck of Many creating Humblewood, which is released in November, and Mayhem Press creating Dark Matter, which has a hard copy coming in December, I believe. So go and check them out. You can probably go and pre-order now, and also check out all of our social links as I punch my microphone. Check out our social links, and that's all the things. You can see all these lovely people in the credits as the credits roll. So do go and check out all of their stuff, and yeah, look forward to seeing you all next season for more Tact and Diplomacy. I'm going to leave you with this music as we roll out. Catch you later on. Bye. Keep evoking emotion. We're going to go on a raid, Christ. Stick around for the raid.